the green every Saturday morning.
Happy learned how to putt.
And get golf tips and talk to help make your golf game more fun on the Edwin Watts Golf Hour. Saturday morning at 10 on 1010XL.
Jeff Prosser here. The FIFA World Cup is entering its biggest matches, and there's no better place to be than Kalshi, America's #1 prediction market platform. On Kalshi, you can trade every matchup from the opening stage all the way through to the final. Looking for good value? Try England to win it all. They're trading around 9.4% to win, meaning a $100 trade pays out around $1,000 if they go on to win soccer's biggest prize. On Kalshi, you're trading against peers in a live market, meaning there's no house. And as the probability changes, you can buy in and out of your position. For a limited time, download the Kalshi app and use code 1010XL, and you'll get $10 when you trade 10. Kalshi, Kalshi. Trade the beautiful game. 18 and over only. Restrictions apply. Eligibility and requirements apply. Event contract trading involves risk and may not be suitable for all investors. Prices, values, and available markets may differ from those mentioned. For more information, see kalshi.com/regulatory.
I'm Jared Justice with your 1010XL Southeast Orthopedic Specialist Local Sports Update. Travis Hunter is expected to be fully cleared for the start of training camp, according to Cameron Wolf of NFL Media. The Jumbo Shrimp won yesterday 12-2. Game 3 against the Durham Bulls is tonight at 7:05. And finally, Norway's national team has moved their hotel in Fort Lauderdale just days before their quarterfinal match against England due to excessive noise. 1010XL has World Cup updates all day. It's 97 degrees at 6 o'clock. Time and temp brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
Let's go into the night with Rick Ballou on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Get dressed, Spalding. You're playing golf today. No, I'm not, Grandpa. Yes, you are. Caddyshack. It's the greatest comedy of all time. I won't list it as a sports movie because outside of Danny Noonan, does anyone really have any game at all? Maybe a tiny bit with Chevy Chase, maybe just a smidge, but outside of that, no, not the case. And in that movie, the great Ted Knight, the late Ted Knight, who is referred to as Judge Schmales, he says, and I quote, "Some people just don't belong." End of quote. And if you think about it, it makes a tremendous amount of sense. Now, it's Smales III, who is Spalding, Dr. Beeperman and Bishop Pickering, who go to the first tee, and then they have a great afternoon of playing golf with friends and going out and having a good time, the way that it should be. Correct? But if you really think about that comment, it means so much as to where we are today. And frankly, it's a shame. It is. The rich, the wealthy, the entitled, they can basically do whatever they want. And there's jealousy. There's envy, right? I mean, we all wish that we had so much cash that we could do whatever we want under any set of circumstances, and it wouldn't have an effect on us financially, right? I mean, just come right out and say it. It would be great just to have that amount of money. But what happens with that is it creates entitlement. And entitlement to me is just awful. All right, let me give you a couple of examples. Maybe they've come down to your level and played some public golf, or maybe you met them at a golf charity. I'm talking about golf snobs. Collectively, they may be the worst group of human beings of them all. And they're right here in Jacksonville. Absolutely. Snobbish, look down at you. I'm wealthy. I play in a private golf course. I don't have time for you. Get out of my way. They are. And despite the fact that they have cash, they're miserable. They're some of the worst people that you will ever meet. And entitlement has taken on a role in sports forever. I mean, look at the Masters. Those were long in the tooth. You'll remember decade after decade after decade where you would get the crusty old white guy who would look at you and say, not only will you never be able to play here at Augusta, you will also never be able to come see someone else play at Augusta. And on top of that, we're not even going to put it on television for you to see. Do you realize it took 1973, the year of the amazing Mets, and Willie Mays kids? Yeah, he played in a New York Mets uniform. He did. We had that fun on yesterday's show. They finally showed the par 3 12th hole on Amen Corner in 1973. Okay? Now, it took years, but they began to wise up. The money. More money for CBS. More money for the Masters. But again, that is a prime example of 99.99999% of you will never, ever, ever walk our grounds. And in that period of time, we're not even going to let you watch it on television. So where does that take us today? Never been a huge fan of hardware. Okay? I'm all about the team. I'm all about winning it. Okay? The Lombardi's cool, I guess. Right? It's a pretty cool trophy. I'm a longtime Heisman Trophy voter. Unlike Diana Rossini, who I guess still has her vote for Coach of the Year and MVP in the National Football League, I've done my way around the Heisman correctly. I never talk about it leading up to the vote. I never say, here's the leader. This guy's going to have a big game. They don't want you talking about it. I'm sure they don't track it. Maybe they do. But I respect the rules, if you will. Okay? Unlike the entitled, unlike the rich, who say, screw the rules. I mean, I'll do whatever the hell I wanted to. So anyway, that gets us to Lord's Stanley Cup. It is the greatest trophy in sports, period. And frankly, nothing's even close, in my opinion. And if you look at it in the history that is with that Stanley Cup and the way that they are banded, and every 13 years they remove a band of former teams who won the cup, and they place those names into the National Hockey League Hall of Fame, and you hear the stories, which most are off the record. Okay, going in the gentlemen's clubs, ladies of the night, doing whatever they want, drinking out of the cup. I mean, you probably can't do it nowadays because everyone's got a cell phone. Even though I don't know how you get away with a cell phone at a gentleman's club. It's been a tad bit for me since I've been in one of those sin bins. I'm just asking. Maybe you know, and you can let us know. But anyway, it's been around since 1893. It's the greatest trophy in sports, and there's so much history involved. Enter another example of, I'm going to do whatever the hell I want to do because I'm rich and I can get away with it. Tim Dundon puts his entire family on the Stanley Cup after the Carolina Hurricanes just won it. His wife, 5 kids, including a 7-year-old. He's in kindergarten or whatever it is, first grade. Not one of these 5 has a role with the team. They're just wicked rich kids, right? They don't come from the other side of the tracks. You know who does come from the other side of the tracks? A lot of people who are poor. There's no excuse for breaking the law. Some are just bad people. Others are struggling. They can't put food on the table. You steal, you do whatever, you're going to jail. How come there's never enough on the other side for those who are far away from poor? They have so much wealth that they could live century after century after century, yet they'll break rules, they'll break laws, they'll do whatever the hell they want to do And it doesn't even come with a penalty. Here's a perfect example of that. Now, I've read the bylaws. You're allowed to do what you want to do as long as the National Hockey League and the National Hockey League Hall of Fame agrees to it. Well, there's my problem right there. Where's the backbone? Where's the simple no? That's it. A 2-letter answer. No. You're not putting your family on the Stanley Cup. You're not putting it above the players. What an unbelievable run by the Carolina Hurricanes. What a coaching job by Rod Brindamore, who frankly should be in the Hall of Fame already as a player. He continues to get snubbed. How did the NHL allow this to happen? That is what I want to know. Okay? And I do get it. I'm talking about hockey. So that's going to take probably more than half of the audience, maybe even 3/4 of the audience away from it because it's hockey. Where if this was football, let's just say for the conversation that the Lombardi Trophy was filled with the names who won the Super Bowl and the coaches who won the Super Bowl. And all of a sudden you were told that above the names and the players and the coaches was the team's owner and their entire family on something of that significance. I have a feeling you would react absolutely because it's football and everyone's got an opinion on football. Not as much here when it comes to the great sport of hockey. Anyway, this is a bad day for the sport. It is. It's a shame. I know the Panthers did something that was similar years ago. And I read about that a little bit earlier today. I don't believe that they were on line one above the players. For the record, I wouldn't have as much of a problem if they put them in at the end. I still think it's Bush League. But the place, the family, I mean, if you want to have a parade, and I assume Carolina had a parade, the only time you hear about parades and stuff is when you destroy the city. I mean, we all heard about it in New York after they won and during the parade. I mean, shootings. Who the hell dumps out a full trash can and takes an empty trash can home with them? Well, I mean, that's common in New York City. We didn't hear about anything in Raleigh. You know why? They didn't destroy the city. But if you want to have a parade and you want to take the 7-year-old boy during the parade and put him on that first float, have at it, man. You own the team. You're allowed to do whatever the heck you want. You want to have all 5 years of your kids up? Yeah, and their grandkids? I'm sure. It's a parade. No one's ever going to think twice. But on Lord Stanley Cup? And people will say, and it just drives me nuts, because here's the major problem of it all. Whenever something like this comes up, the response, and a lot of this, just think yuppie, okay? This is like the current yuppies response. He's the owner of the team. He can do whatever the hell he wants to do. No, he can't. It's the NHL's property. It's the National Hockey League's Hall of Fame's property. It's not property of the Carolina Hurricanes. So there you go. You want to issue a comment there, positive, negative, in between, by all means, bring it. Nah, I guess I don't want to do that. I was thinking about it, but I think I'll stay away from it. And maybe if you entice me with some feedback, I'll surely get down that road. But I just don't feel like bringing it up right now myself. Host is preference, if that makes any sense to you. All right, we're locked today, man. We have got a ton to do over the next couple of hours. Really fired up about tonight's show. Some good things happening, including the return of Conor McGregor. And he's a big dog here, plus 185 to Max Holloway. Remember, they fought years and years and years and years ago. back when McGregor was something. And, you didn't even watch the fight on Saturday night. Am I giving you information right now that maybe you weren't even aware of? We talk about it with our buddy Rafael Esparza quite a bit, as well as my good friend Charlie Jimerson, whenever he comes in with the takedown. But the sport has really suffered. Now, it's still got its base, it's got its audience, but it's become really a fringe sport. And I'm trying to understand why that happened. I remember the turn from COVID. The first ever live sporting event was right here in Jacksonville. And it was when Dana White brought cage fighting right here. And I was ringside. And it was absolutely spectacular. And I ended up having 3 of them. I went to them all. And frankly, it's time to come back. It's been a few years since they've been here in Jacksonville. And I'd love for them to come back. But what happened to this sport? And they're lacking star power. There's no question about it. So will Conor McGregor bring people back? Again, he's the big dog. Holloway expected to win that. We'll get into that a little bit later on in the program. Have some football that I definitely want to get into as well. So we are going to be jam-packed over the next 2 hours. All right, opening comments are brought to you by the good folks over at Shmunez Vision. Man, was it hot today. I was considering cutting the lawn today, but I was like, nah, I'll just do it tomorrow before I get out of town for a week. And Dr. Shmunez always reminds me, hey, whenever you cut the lawn, wear goggles. Okay, how many of you are going to actually wear goggles? Less than 5%? I got you. Put on your damn sunglasses. I notice it all the time. When I go out my front lawn, I get this, debris, sticks, twigs, whatever it may be, falling branches all over the place. You cut that up with a lawnmower, that stuff goes shooting all over the place. You get one of those in your eye, good luck to you. All right. Now, speaking of which, about 9.5 years ago, I just went in for a normal checkup, and Dr. Shmunez is like, brother, you got problems. I'm like, what are you talking about? I know I've got problems. He's like, no, I mean with your eye. And I'm like, what? My eye's fine. Both my eyes. Yeah, you need surgery tomorrow. So I went in. He performed the surgery, removed something that was cancerous in my right eye, and guess what? There's never been a problem. There's never been a setback, and I thank him for that. But here's the deal. I had no idea that something was wrong. Something could be wrong with you. The flip side is maybe you just want to go out and fix a wrong. Like, how about 20/20 for the rest of your life? How about laser eye surgery? 37 plus years of experience when it comes to surgery with Dr. Neil Shmunez, Dr. Catherine Shmunez, as well as Dr. John Hunt. Check them out online, Shmunez Vision, Instagram as well at Shmunez Vision. All right. Let's go. We got a lot to do right here. It's a Thursday on Into the Night. Jared Justice is here. I am the truth teller. We roll till 8 o'clock.
Something's coming out of the computer.
Are you receiving my signal?
Speak into the microphone, Squid Brain.
He says he's found the main controls to the power beam here.
XL.
Key Buick GMC, proudly family-owned and operated since 1943. On Southside and JTB, for a limited time, Key Buick GMC has marked down select new GMC Sierra 1500 models. Below employee pricing, you pay less than what our employees pay. Plus, at Key Buick GMC, every new vehicle comes with our lifetime powertrain warranty. Visit us or shop online at keybuickgmc.com. We are professional-grade. Lifetime powertrain warranty covers engine, transmission, drive time only. Exclusions apply. See dealer for details.
This is Victor Patel, CEO of North Florida Medical Center. Have you been in an auto accident? Are you feeling pain or stiffness? Our board-certified team has over 15 years experience helping patients recover through chiropractic care, physical therapy, pain management, primary care, and neurology. Even minor injuries can cause long-term problems if left untreated. Schedule your free consultation today at nfmcjax.com. North Florida Medical Center, bringing the care back to healthcare.
I'm local attorney Rick Alexander. In my 30 years practicing law, I've learned you never want to choose money over health. It's always a bad deal. Unfortunately, when someone screws up and you get hurt, that choice is gone. Your only choice is whether you face the future with a lawyer or without one. If you're hurt because somebody screwed up, Call me at the practice, the Alexander Law Practice, 904-400-6600, or alexanderlawpractice.com, Jacksonville.
Have you got concrete or asphalt rubble piling up? Arcosa Crushed Concrete will pay you for it and recycle it. They're just minutes from Everbank Stadium on Talleyrand. Call Arcosa Crushed Concrete and get paid for what you don't need. ArcosaCrushedConcrete.com.
Got a cracked windshield? Not only is it dangerous, but did you know it's also illegal? Call Baker Glass. Mack and his crew use the best auto glass in the market, and they accept most insurance. Plus, all new windshields come with a full warranty. From cars, to trucks, to RVs, you can count on Baker Glass to be fast and friendly. Just check out their Google reviews. Come see us at the shop on Casta Avenue, or we can come to you at your home or business.
I'm back with Baker Glass. No one treats you better.
Celebrate the month of July with Zero Res and get 3 rooms of carpet clean starting at just $129 and take $75 off air duct cleaning as well. Hickett here. Book online at ZeroResJacksonville.com. Take advantage of the savings.
Credit card interest rates are now over 29%. Most people are only making the minimum payments, so they're getting nowhere. Hey, Prosser here, but here's what many homeowners don't realize. Using the equity in your home, you can easily access hundreds of thousands in cash. With Loan Pronto's Rapid Equity Loan, you can pay off your credit card, your existing HELOC, your car loans, or get money for that home improvement project. One client just got $100,000 approved and saved over $1,500 a month. Here's the best part. With Loan Pronto, you can do it all from your phone. With zero out-of-pocket, no hard credit pull up front, no appraisal, no long, drawn-out bank process, and no touching your first mortgage. Rates are at a near 3-year low. Act now. Go to loanpronto.com. See how much you can get in about 60 seconds. Loan Pronto, 2,800 5-star Google reviews. Call 904-999-1508 or go to loanpronto.com. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781, NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
Ever call a service company for a simple repair, then suddenly you're being told you need to replace everything in your house? Not at Duck Duck Rooter. Whether it's plumbing, septic, or air conditioning, we start with one goal. Solve the problem you called about. No pressure, no scare tactics, no surprise charges. Just honest service done right. That's why homeowners across Northeast Florida trust Duck Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic, and Air Conditioning. When you're stuck, call the Duck. 904-862-6769 or duckduckrooter.com.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focus, fueled, fearless, Farah. Into the Night with Rick Ballou on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
The greatest of all time. 2 of the 4 are gone, right? Rodney Dangerfield and Ted Knight. And then, of course, you got Bill Murray and Chevy Chase. Chevy hasn't done anything in a long time. Chevy's, I guess, is the guy that no one wants to be around. I guess he's pretty difficult if you go through Saturday Night Live and everything else. Bill Murray, of course, it is said goodbye to the Caddyshack, the restaurant. Everything's leaving there. The Hall of Fame left. Caddyshack is leaving. I still love both those courses. I think Slammer and Squire is magnificent. It's resort-like, very forgiving. King and the Bears, more difficult, but it's a wonderful golf course. I'll never talk bad about a golf course. I will talk bad about golf snobs. Because and this is hilarious. You see my cell phone now. I'm getting people that are literally asking me, hey, Ballou, am I one of those golf snobs you're talking about? Here's my buddy Joshua Chang, one of the nicest guys I know. Am I a golf snob? Actually, you are. You're a member at Sawgrass, TPC, and you haven't invited me out to play in over a year. So, yeah, you absolutely, you're a golf snob. So, you know, you have the cockiness and the arrogance of professional athletes, and it's like respected. It's cool, right? I remember when I would go to Atlanta. I was it circa 96, maybe 1996 or 95. I can't remember. And I was on my way to to do 3 Florida State baseball games at Clemson. It was a very good team. It was Chris Benson. It was Ken Vining. It was, remember, Billy Koch, who went on to be a good closer for the Toronto Blue Jays. The Chris Benson deal was weird. His ex-girlfriend/wife was a handful. I remember some of those stories. But that was the Minkiewicz, J.D. Drew, Mike Martin, and they got just pounded 3 games. But anyway, on the way in, stopped at the Cheetah 3 in Atlanta. And it was right after the White House situation. Michael Irvin's in there. And you see athletes in places like that, and that's fine. Okay, no problem with that. Golf snobbery, however, when you are like in finance or, you are a guy who actually has a ton of money from a trust, but you work in a cubicle, that is hilarious. Okay, I don't give advice, but if that's you, change. You are incredibly disliked. There's nothing worse than a golf snob, especially a golf snob who / is a nobody. Okay? I mean, you can be Scotty Scheffler. You can go out today and, you can play in a T-shirt and you can go to North Berwick and say, hey, I don't care about all the history of this golf course. I'm freaking Scotty Scheffler. If I want to show up in a T-shirt and a pair of shorts, that's what I'm going to do. And that's what he did. And he's receiving a lot of guff for it. Again, everything changes, people. The golf gods have no say here. They don't. Look at the way the players are acting. Look at the way the fans are acting. This sport has changed. Out of every sport that we have, nothing has changed more than golf, in my opinion. You went through tiger proofing. You go through the constant talk of what are they going to do with the equipment? Are you going to consistently test the driver? I mean, are we going to get to the point where they're going to test it like they do Major League Baseball pitchers every time they walk from the slab to the dugout? Are you going to roll back these balls? Are you going to put in fairway bunkers? I mean, what are you going to do to change the game? And the fans now, I mean, the cool thing to do is to get all cut up. I mean, just get blind. You're so wasted. And then pick a guy and rip him. Like Matt Fitzpatrick. What the hell has Matt Fitzpatrick ever done that is bad? I mean, even after he lost by a stroke, he went and found the family of Cam Young and congratulated the entire family. What a noble, young, respectful individual. Tonight's show is brought to you by the good folks over at the Alexander Law Practice. We're going to get there in just one moment. You see, maybe you can help me on this one, Jared, because I have absolutely no reasoning for it. But you see, Netflix has hired Michael Irvin to be a part of Major League Baseball's home run derby.
I did see that, and I was very confused, and then I was like, all right, whatever. Netflix is just doing whatever at this point. Like, I'm so tired of, okay, we're going to have The Miz randomly in the middle of a football game. Like, can we not? Like, can we just, isn't, like, the normal sports commentation enough? We don't need Bert Kreischer on a blimp.
I mean, can't you honestly think of about 1,000 individuals who you'd rather see take part as an analyst in the home run derby than Michael Irvin? I mean, what's he going to give you? Seriously. I mean, I'm a big fan of Michael Irvin. I remember when Donna Murphy and my son, I remember Jack Del Rio brought in Michael Irvin to speak to the team. And this is probably 15 years ago. And I had Donna go up and say, get him. Donna goes up, gets him. He comes, sits in the studio with us for an hour. And I remember asking him about why Deion Sanders was not covering him my freshman year at Florida State, 1987, when Florida State had a 19-3 lead over the Hurricanes in the fourth quarter, and they had Tracy Sanders on Michael Irvin. Oh, by the way, Florida State had 2 Hall of Famers in that backfield, Dion and Jacksonville's Leroy Butler. Now, that was a good wide receiving corps. Oh, it was Brett Perryman. It was one of the Blades brothers, and it was Michael Irvin. But, you know, that one is conveniently forgotten about. A couple of Florida State fans yesterday got on me because I labeled Bowden as a guy who choked in big games. I put him in the same category as Bobby Cox and Dean Smith. Dean Smith went to the Sweet 16 every year, only won a couple of titles. Bobby Cox won the NHL, won the National League East every year. Only won 1 World Series. It's the same problem every year. Had 3 Hall of Famers on the slab, but couldn't get anyone out in the 8th and 9th. Same with Bowden. The man invented ways to win big games. Just my way of looking at it. All right. Alexander Law practice. If you have been injured in a car accident and unfortunately your car has been totaled, or you are injured, or you have slipped and you have fallen coming down some stairs, maybe you hit a crack on the sidewalk, whatever it could be, and you're beaten up, you may think there's nowhere to go. You may think, well, I can't call one of these law firms because I can't afford to pay the retainer. No retainer at the Alexander Law Firm, okay? No consultation fee. As a matter of fact, you're never coming out of pocket. You're not going to be charged for anything. If you're dealing with this, or a family member or friend is dealing with this, take down the Alexander Law practice. And remember, Rick Alexander, who has spent his entire adult life doing this, he is going to be involved directly with your case. He's old school. He keeps a smaller log, and he will deal directly with each and every one of the individuals who does, in fact, contact him. So do that. Go to Alexander Law Practice, and hopefully, you know, you're able to work things up and work things out, and ends up being very prosperous for you. Let's get some feedback from you. 641-1010 on the text line, brought to you by Lifetime Enclosures. Also, if you'd like to join us tonight on YouTube, you can. 1010XL into the night.
ET here for Encore Research. And this summer, discover the power of research. Clinical studies are helping researchers find better ways to prevent, diagnose, and treat disease. And community members like you make it all possible. Your participation could help drive the next generation of healthcare discoveries. Find out how you can make a difference at EncoreDocs.com. Research moves forward because of volunteers like you. Let's build a healthier Jacksonville together.
I'm Rick Ballou. DraftKings is live in all 50 states. Yes, that means you, Florida, win or go home. That's it. That's the World Cup knockout round, and DraftKings has you covered for every single match. The DraftKings app is now live in Florida, so whether you're catching the early kickoff before work or the late match at the bar, you are in on every minute, every match, every moment, all in one app. Right here in Florida, the world's biggest stage in the palm of your hand. New DraftKings customers sign up with the code 1010XL. Spend $5 to get $200 in total rewards over 21 days. That's code 1010XL. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours. Event trading offered by DraftKings Predictions, a CFTC registered introducing broker. Trading involves risk of loss. Market availability varies. Eligibility restrictions apply. $50 every 7 days via click to claim, issued in non-withdrawable. Predictions, dollars that expire in 1 year, ends July 19th. Terms, dkng.co/predictions promo.
Hi, I'm Blake Bortles. People know I've always said if I wasn't playing football, I'd probably be on a construction site. So Next Gen Roofing finally let me live the dream.
Blake, why are you wearing a red practice jersey?
Always worn it for safety.
Right. Well, around here, the red jersey means you're the new guy, so you're in charge of garbage cleanup.
Perfect. I love garbage time. Always excelled in it.
It's not exactly what I meant.
Good thing Next Gen Roofing has real pros handling everything from family homes to large commercial buildings. Next Gen, teamed up with you.
Teamed up with you. 48 teams, one goal, to raise the World Cup trophy. It's the beautiful game on the biggest stage. Get World Cup soccer updates on 1010XL. Serviced by Valvoline Instant Oil Changes and Houston's Meats.
Hi, I'm Sean Monahan from Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach. Since 1977, we've been Jacksonville's local family jeweler with a beautiful selection of fine jewelry and certified diamonds. But we're also Jacksonville's leading buyer of gold, silver, and diamonds from the public. Gold has recently hit an all-time high at over $4,000 per ounce. Pay bills, buy something fun. Now is the time to sell your gold for cash and get top dollar or trade it in for a new piece and get even more at Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach.
Rick Ballou for Coy Dental. That's right, Carlson Dental is now Coy Dental. Dr. Lee has been practicing there for 9 years, has purchased the company. The Coy Dental team still has the same great dentists and staff. And remember, if you get nervous visiting a dentist, don't. There's never a problem at Coy Dental. With light sedation for cleaning and deep sedation for all your restorative needs. Coy Dental, located in Bartram Park.
You may not be able to control the air you breathe on the outside, but you certainly can on the inside of your home. Just call Florida Home AC and ask about the Remy Halo. It's the next generation of air quality technology. Call 777-4300 for Florida Home AC.
Celebrate America's birthday in July as Kuhn Flowers offers an amazing rose special. E.T. here for Kuhn Flowers, and you can buy a dozen roses in July for only $49.95. Any color, any mix, any combination. Log on to KuhnFlowers.com and celebrate.
Hey, this is Tony from Tony D's New York Pizza. Can you believe I've been making pizza here in Jacksonville for over 20 years? Thanks for the support and good times. We appreciate your business, and we're looking forward to another 20 years. Come out and see us at Tony D's New York Pizza, Bay Meadows and 295.
1010XL, presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still, present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch. Let's go into the night with Rick Ballou on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Chevy Chase on trumpet?
I think he just sat down in the video.
A man walks
Paul Simon.
says, why am I soft in the middle now? Why am I soft in the middle now?
Paul Simon was great, man. I saw him probably, 3 years ago. He was at the St. Aug Amp, rubbing elbows in the pit. Yeah, what a great place to see a concert. Still miffed that I can't see the Bad Company show coming up next month. That Carolina-Jacksonville preseason game. Yeah, I'm just kidding. I mean, I love the games. I love everything about it. You never hear me say, oh, it's enough of this preseason. Let's get to it. I mean, I love it all. But it would be so much cooler if the Bad Company show would get moved to another day. Mm-hmm. Just my way of looking at it. Hey, I want to congratulate the great Jaguars fans for just one moment. And the reason why I want to do this is you once again are proving that you're anything but sheep. And the Cameron Wolf story, I don't even want to give it any legs. It's a whole bunch of nothing. It's totally regurgitated information that you have heard from us from the moment it came from the mouths of James Gladstone and Liam Cohen. It's not Cameron Wolf's fault. There are some sheep in the media that take it and say, this is breaking news. It's not breaking news. James Gladstone told us exactly what the plan was for Travis Hunter. Liam Cohen, okay, at the end of mandatory minicamp, did play the role of, I'm not a doctor. I don't want to say for sure this and that. But it's crystal clear that he's full go. Now, what will be interesting to monitor is how much is his full go. How many reps is he going to take at the Miller Electric Center? How many reps do you need him to take at the Miller Electric Center? Do you need him playing against New Orleans and Carolina and Tampa Bay? Do you need him practicing against those three teams? Same national media came out and said, what? Oh, he's only going to play defense. He's going to be a DB. That's it. No. And James Gladstone had to turn around and say, that's not the case. Remember, he went on Rich Eisen, some other stuff. Again, I'm bringing it up to congratulate you, Jaguars fans, for being more of a jaguar, a fierce hunter out in the safari, out in the rainforest. Not sheep go this way, sheep go that way. It's freaking ridiculous. Breaking news just in. NFL Network reporting Kim Wolf's live on the spot. Yes. I've just received word. Travis Hunter will be full go. No kidding. We've been talking about it for 3 months. Congratulations, Jags fans. You should be really proud. We're proud. Over here, I'm proud. Tell you what else I need to do. You need to remind me this, Jarrett. I'm hearing from golfers that I haven't played golf with in years. In a pinch, I need to call out local golf snobbery because I'm hearing from people now like, you don't think I'm a snob. You don't think I'm a snob. And my response is the same to each and every one of them. Yeah, I do. When's the last time you've invited me out to your private course to play?
We'll keep a list. We'll keep a snob list. And there's only one way to get off the snob list.
There you go. Every year I say, I'm going to play on Tuesday. I'm going to play on Tuesday. It's the NFL's off day. I never play on Tuesday. I just never do. I'm just so busy. With everything that's going on, I love it. I'm going to be back out on the road for a minimum of 6 games. I know that for sure, including the opener at Denver. Of course, there's only 6 here. You could fly me. You could get me with the owner of the Carolina Hurricanes. You could say, Ballou, you're entitled. You could give me a bed, a sofa, pool, pond, right? A pool or a pond, another Caddyshack, right? But you could have, unlimited amounts of, let's say, cart girls on the airplane. Okay, just handing me booze, whether it's brandy or whether it's bourbon or whether it's my personal favorite Irish whiskey. I'm allowed to smoke Cuban cigars on there. You could do all that for me. You could pick me up in a limo and say, enjoy yourself for 2 weeks in London. And I'd say, hell no. I don't need to go back to Wembley. Been there 7 times. And I'm not going to get upset about it. I'm not. I'm too happy, okay? But every time I think of 9:30 in the morning, the Jaguars playing the Texans as a home game, I want to go freaking crazy. I really do. I'm going to have a tough time dealing with that one. And there's only 53 guys who can fix it. That's this football team. The only way to shut me up is to win that game. We've seen the total drop by an entire game. 9.5 to 8.5. I don't believe any of the stuff that's said all the time. They didn't do anything in free agency. They lost Lloyd. They lost ETN. They don't have a backfield. They reached in the draft. They went way above and brought in prospects they could have gotten later. Jaguars get an F here. Jaguars didn't do that there. No. I don't agree with any of that. I think, honestly, they went from 9.5 wins as a total to 8.5 because they're playing Houston and London. That's what you should get upset about. You same ferocious Jaguar fans. That's what should bother you. Really, there's no reasoning around that one. 35-25, I agree, Ballou. What a disservice to the NHL. The league has a blue collar written all over it just to take the place is disrespectful to every player. Yeah, they left. at least one player off. I read the rules for it. You have to play in at least 44 games. If you play in 44 games, you are automatically on the cup. If you do not play in 44 games, it becomes the team's discretion. And they left a player off, a couple of players off, and didn't they only put like one or two members of the training staff on the cup?
Yeah, they left off the one female training staff member. Good look. It's a good look.
It's a terrible look. And again, this isn't going to get any mileage here. I understand that. Actually, I've gotten quite a few responders here on the text line, which is always good. But the way I look at it is, again, just imagine if this was football and it happened, how people would react. You're going to get away from it. It's a small market. It's Carolina. People really don't care, right? Can you imagine if this happened in Boston, if this happened in New York, if this happened in Hockey Town of Detroit, if this happened in Chicago? Imagine going to Canada where they haven't won since 1993. Imagine if this was the Habs of Montreal or Toronto. You think I'm upset about it? How about the Canadians? What do you think they'd have to say? The cup is sacred. Stanley Cup stories. Jessica Blaylock got to party with the cup. I talked with her about it. I've seen the cup. It's been here at the Players. It's just out of this world. I'm not big on statues. I'm not big on trophies. I'm not big on, but the Stanley Cup is the exception. That is absolutely spectacular. All right. We got much more to do. I'm going to take you up until 8 o'clock tonight. Rafael Esparza next hour. Conor McGregor, man, the guy hasn't fought in 5 years. Is he a tomato can? The guy's won once since 2016. Think about that. He's won one fight since 2016. And he's the headliner coming up Saturday night in Las Vegas, a rematch with Mac Holloway, who he really beat the tar out of very early on in his career. It was a huge fight as he was making his way to the incredible amount of press and really the prestige that he got in this game, which right now appears to be suffering. Okay, we got a lot to do with you tonight till 8.
There's no business like show business.
Now, this is serious business here, man.
The Drill.
We've got a mission.
Dan Hicken and Jeff Prosser.
Putting on a great show is the most important thing you can do.
Mornings on 1010XL.
Hey, I'm Matt Lennon with AB Signs. If you own a business, but your vehicle, your storefront, or job sites aren't promoting that name, who's getting your next customer? At AB Signs, we'll help your business stand out with custom vehicle graphics, signs, banners, and decals. Whether you're starting new or upgrading your image, we'll make sure your business gets noticed. Before you order from an online merchant, call local. Call Matt at AB Signs, and let's put your business to work.
DivorceMenOnly.com. This is Kenny Lay of Kenny Lay & Associates. Our firm specializes in representing men in family law. That's all we do. That's our only focus. We can help with all of your family law needs, such as divorce, custody, alimony, and child support. For over a decade, we have helped thousands of men with these types of issues. We even have an appellate division ready to challenge a judge's ruling. If you need a family law attorney, go to DivorceMenOnly.com. DivorceMenOnly.com. Offices, Jacksonville.
Hacker here for Cornerstone Interior Solutions. If your AC is working overtime every summer, your insulation may be the problem. Homeowners and builders across Northeast Florida are calling Cornerstone to upgrade to spray foam insulation. It seals homes, crawl spaces, garages, blocking in cool air and blocking out heat. So your home stays cooler, your system runs easier, and your energy bills stay under control. Don't wait for peak heat. Visit Cornerstone Interior Solutions. Need or want cash? Beach's Jewelry and Pawn has cash available, ready to buy guitars, surfboards, jewelry, firearms, tools, and especially gold. They need it all, selling or pawning. Get cash on the spot at Beach's Jewelry and Pawn in Jacksonville Beach.
There's no better time than now to buy your football season parking pass from Tailgaters. Complete with on-site restaurant, indoor restrooms, and all-day security. Tailgaters parking's selling out. Log on to tailgatorsparking.com today.
Jacksonville, this is your club. Sporting Jacks is proudly representing the First Coast in the USL Championship, bringing professional soccer and unforgettable match day experience to Hodges Stadium. Feel the energy of professional soccer as Sporting Jacks continues to build something special on the First Coast. Join us as Sporting Jacks continues its historic inaugural season. Get tickets today at sportingjacks.com or call 904-863-KICK. Pro Soccer, Pro Jacks.
Credit card interest rates are now over 29%. Most people are only making the minimum payments, so they're getting nowhere. Hey, Prosser here, but here's what many homeowners don't realize. Using the equity in your home, you can easily access hundreds of thousands in cash. With Loan Pronto's Rapid Equity Loan, you can pay off your credit card, your existing HELOC, your car loans, or get money for that home improvement project. One client just got $100,000 approved and saved over $1,500 a month. Here's the best part. With Loan Pronto, you can do it all from your phone. With zero out-of-pocket, no hard credit pull up front, no appraisal, no long drawn-out bank process, and no touching your first mortgage. Rates are at a near 3-year low. Act now. Go to loanpronto.com. See how much you can get in about 60 seconds. Loan Pronto, 2,800 5-star Google reviews. Call 904-999-1508 or go to loanpronto.com. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781, NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
America's turning 250, and Superior Fence and Rail is celebrating in true red, white, and blue style. For a limited time, save $250 on your new fence. Give your home the freedom, security, and curb appeal it deserves. Celebrate America with a fence built to last. Offer valid on new contracts for 100 linear feet or more. Cannot be combined with other offers.
When you're on the fence, about a fence, SuperiorFenceandRail.com.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch. Into the night with Rick Ballou on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
0976 Blue Lacy Underalls, a.k.a. Cindy Morgan. Got a few years back. Yeah, I'm aware of that. Cindy Morgan, who's the, was that her name? What was the name of the, Richie Cunningham's sister in Happy Days? Joni.
Okay.
Joni Loves Chachi. See if you can get me the name. Was it Erin? That might have been Erin Morgan. Now that I think of it. Absolutely. May have been. Cindy Morgan. Yeah, she didn't do much outside of going to bullfights on acid. Lacy Underalls. Yeah, I got tired of having fun all the time. Lacy joins us from Manhattan. Yeah, I got tired of having fun all the time. Who gets with her? Noonan? Chevy gets with her. She finds a check for what? $70,000. Keep it. Just great stuff. Temptation, frustration. So bad it makes him cry. Wet best stop. She's waiting. His car is warm and dry. And you're fired. How about Jacob Toby? Fired as the voice of the Spurs. The girlfriend found out that he was cheating with a player on the team's sister. He's asleep. She grabs the phone. She posts on his socials that he is cheating on his girlfriend. Not even a week later, he loses the gig. Now, whether this is true or not true, cost him his job. Again, not breaking the law, but if you look at it as far as ethics and what you want to represent as an organization, they said, see ya. Not going to be the case. I don't give advice, but if you're cheating routinely, get a burner. I need to make a proclamation right now. Burners are not just for drug deals. Burners should be used if you're cheating. And here's a prime example of it. Because if the wife or the girlfriend suspects, they're going to go through your phone. All right? And again, if that's you, I'm not telling you what to do. I'm not telling you to do it, not to do it. I mean, you do you. But I think it's probably weird for a lot of people to go to, I need a burner, right? And people are like, oh my God, this guy's selling. This guy's peddling. It's, hey. Just saying. 1550 Ballou. All right, the UFC decided to get political. Okay. Absolutely, last month at the White House. No doubt. But they have had problems long before that. I don't have figures in front of me as far as what they do with attendance, as far as what they do ratings-wise and stuff like that. But the hype is not there. Just because I only talk about a select few things that are going on in the world of sports, which I think this audience wants to hear about, doesn't mean I'm not aware of just about everything that's going on. And this is flatlined. It absolutely has. And it's amazing to me. I said last week, golf is hurting right now in the fact that there's really not a lot of guys on tour, the PGA Tour, with a personality that you can look at and say, boy, that's great. That's the guy I want to follow. There's something cool about him. Love to have a beer with him. Love to have a cigar with him. Love him to show me his burner. Right? Yeah. But boxing, you can't find tough guys. You can't find consistently, whether it's between the ropes or in the cage, that are that demanding. I mean, where are your bones? Where are your bones? Where are you, John Jones? Look at some of the guys we had in here a couple of years ago. I can't even remember the two who fought one another. Who's the guy as well who won in like 4 seconds with the knee? And he was a Miami street fighter that came in after Kimbo. He came into studio with us and was outstanding. He had some like bare knuckle fights that were going on. Some of our listeners will be able to tell me who that is. Kind of a smaller
Masvidal, or
yes, Jorge Masvidal. Yeah, he sat in studio with us probably 2 years ago. What a great conversation. Ken Shamrock came in a couple of years ago, and Shamrock, his better days were long behind him, no doubt about it. But I would just think that with up and comers, right? Even Shemaev, who fought here in a very lengthy fight, lost his last time out. I went back and watched it. It was one of the worst fights I've ever seen. It was just boring. Didn't have anything to it. So that was one of the things that was attractive about being in the cage, is that it wasn't supposed to be boring. There was a lot of boxing matches that would go the distance. There wasn't enough with guys standing toe-to-toe and trading. Instead, it was running around, running away, and maybe especially with the heavyweights, the rope to dope and hanging on to one another because they're exhausted, and I don't blame them. I don't care how good your conditioning is. I can't imagine just how physically straining that is. But that was supposed to really be one of the ups for the UFC, for MMA. Put them in a cage. Anything can happen. It's going to be more exciting. Well, hadn't really been the case as of late. All right. Is it really already coming up on 7 o'clock? You got to be kidding me. Where's the time gone? It is absolutely barreling by today. No doubt about it. All right. We got a World Cup update coming this hour. Congratulations to France. They move on. They beat Morocco. I was in Boston when Morocco was. I don't know where this game was played today. It might have been played in Boston. I'm not sure. But some really cool fans from Morocco. I obviously Scotland got most of the attention in Boston for drinking up all the beer. But there was Norway, Morocco, some others as well. Certainly did represent when I was there about 3 weeks to 1 month ago. All right, our second hour is coming up. Other side.
1010XL puts the ball in play-by-play.
Kick on the way!
Impeccable today.
From way downtown, that ball's ripped.
For play-by-play, it's 1010XL.
Jimerson Burr is a full-service, Florida-based commercial law firm that has experience and capabilities to handle any legal issue a business is confronted with. Learn more about what they can do for you at jimersonfirm.com.
Instant Keys. You don't have to go to the dealer. Instant Keys comes to you.
Instant Keys saves the day if you have lost or broken keys. They can program new keys and remotes for nearly every make and model of vehicle at a fraction of the dealership cost. Fast, honest, and reliable locksmith service. Call 722-1111.
Instant Keys. Instant Keys. You don't have to go to the dealer. Instant Keys comes to you.
Jacksonville, get ready to wake up your American idiot. The Jacksonville Rock Orchestra brings the explosive music of Green Day with a live symphony to the Florida Theater July 18th. It's Green Day like you've never heard before, performed by an all-star rock band and symphony orchestra. One night only, July 18th at Florida Theater. Get your tickets now at floridatheater.com.
The flagship station of the Jacksonville Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Nobody likes feeling taken advantage of by a service company. That's why homeowners across Northeast Florida choose Duck Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic, and Air Conditioning. When we come to your home, our job is simple. Find the problem, fix the problem. Charge a fair price, no upselling, no scare tactics, no surprise recommendations designed to sell you more than you need. Quality work from a local team you can trust. Duck Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic, and Air Conditioning. When you're stuck, call the Duck. 904-862-6769 or duckduckrooter.com.
Hurricane season is here, and now is the time to make sure your property is ready. Weak, damaged, or overgrown trees can become a serious hazard when storms move in. Trust the experts at Lucas Tree Service with over 45 years of experience for professional tree trimming, removal, and storm preparation. Don't wait until a storm is on its way. Schedule your tree assessment today at lucastreeservice.com.
Hey friends, Jason Parker here with Performance Painting. Have you ever stored a gallon of leftover paint, opened the can years later, and it's rusty, crusty, and unusable? Next time, secure the lid tightly to ensure no leaks and store the can upside down. Oxygen can't get to it, therefore no rust and no crust. If you'd like more tips or have a question about a project, we'd love to help. Go to performance-painting.com. Performance Painting. Prepare, protect, preserve.
Performance Painting!
Who played keyboards on the song Let It Be by the Beatles? The answer coming right up.
When your homeowner's insurance policy is up for renewal, it's a good idea to shop around to find a better plan. Southern Oak Insurance for over 20 years provides Floridians a clear option. SouthernOak.com.
Our family protecting yours. Southern Oak Insurance.
He played a lot of keyboards on Beatles songs. Billy Preston played on Let It Be.
Southern Oak Insurance. Our family protecting yours.
Dickin here, or maybe you should call me Dreamfinders Danny. Look what Dreamfinders is doing again, an amazing 4.99% fixed interest rate. Now's your chance to lock down the rate and get in the game. You heard me right, a 4.99 fixed interest rate on select move-in ready homes. Visit dreamfindershomes.com for sales event information and get in the game. Interest rate available on select move-in ready homes. Restrictions and limitations apply. Go to dreamfindershomes.com for more details.
With 50 years of fabrication expertise in towing products, the family at Cannons of Jacksonville can repair or install precisely what you need to tow with confidence. Visit cannonsofjacks.com, where quality and customer satisfaction collide.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah. Into the Night with Rick Ballou on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Just caught me. You made her catch you? I don't know how I let this happen. But who? The girl next door, you know? I don't know what to do. So it wasn't you. Alright. Honey came in and she got me red-handed, creepy with the...
All right, it's our second hour on the heels of a big fight coming up on Saturday night. It's Conor McGregor against Max Holloway. We'll get into that with Rafael Esparza. That's coming up a little bit later on this hour. I do want to get back to some of your questions. Some really good stuff rolling in today. A million Aaron Morans. Thank you. That is Joni. Now, you're old enough to remember Happy Days. You probably didn't watch it, but you don't have any idea of what the show was?
Ron Howard and
Yes.
Henry Winkler and
Tom Bosley,
Don Most, and
Donnie Most.
Yeah.
It was, I mean, sitcoms then, that was really the era for them. Like Welcome Back, Kotter and Fantasy Island and, you know, all of that good stuff.
I was always partial to Barney Miller.
Barney Miller, the two ladies in
Laverne and Shirley.
The beer plant in Milwaukee. Yeah, Laverne and Shirley. Absolutely. And Laverne ended up getting married to Meathead, who we talked a little bit about yesterday. He was just an awful situation where he and his second wife were murdered by their son. Yada, Rick, I'm continuing here. The same old narrative about Justin Herbert and the Bolts taking the AFC West. They go all the way. You're not on that bandwagon, are you? Hell no. See, here's the problem. Outside of, in my opinion, okay, certainly Stafford in the NFC. I like Hurts more than others. And I think Jason Goff is incredibly underrated. The best quarterbacks are in the AFC. It's not even an issue. I mean, think about it. A healthy Mahomes, a healthy Burrow, Josh Allen, C.J. Stroud, Herbert, Drake May. I mean, these are all guys Trevor Lawrence goes up against. I'm sure I forgot one or two. It's a lot harder, in my opinion, to Lamar Jackson deserves to be mentioned. I mean, just look at the quarterbacks in the AFC compared to the NFC. And every quarterback I just mentioned, I'd put him ahead of Stroud, but behind the others. And again, I talk about this all the time, about good players becoming great players becoming the very best at their position. That's where Trevor Lawrence is right now. He's going to be a top 5 quarterback. And chances are 3 or 4 of the others are going to be in the AFC. Right? Name recognition means something. Consistency means something. Well, Mahomes has that with the titles. Burrow has it when he's healthy. Josh Allen, even though you and I both know they're never going to win a Super Bowl, it's not going to happen for Buffalo. He's going to get it as well. Ballou, whatever happened to the one-handed slap dude who was on your show? He was awesome. Are you talking about Austin Turp Daddy Slim Turpin? It's a good question, man. I kind of forgot about him. He's one of Jacksonville's finest. Let me AI him. Here's what I got for you. He's now 8-2. His latest fight was in April. It was a unanimous decision over TJ the Gorilla Thomas. These guys have like mob names. By the way, if I was ever a mob guy, and Sal used to get it, they would call him Good Looking Sal. That's like the greatest mob name that you can have. Everyone's got a name in that faction. And for the record, I don't have a problem with it. But I need to bring him back onto the program. You're right. Let me see. When is he scheduled to fight next? Apparently, his go-to move is the power slap. Well, what else type of move do you have if it is a slap fight contest? Is there a finesse slap? It's not like you're going to, it's not like you're jabbing before all of a sudden you get ready for the big hook or the haymaker. But man, I appreciate it. That's why I love the audience. That's why I love you people. I totally had forgotten about him. Tell you what, if the Jaguars had gone 3-14, I would have remembered him. But the fact that they went 13-4, I absolutely just let it go. You hear this story involved with Bryce Harper, man. I don't even know what to make about it anymore. I mean, they're just rewriting the rules as we move forward. I mean, this on the heels of Brendan Sorsby. And let's be honest here. With Brendan Sorsby, it came down to simply he bet on teams that he played for, and he's not that good. So the risk isn't worth the reward. No one touched him. The NFL said no. The NFLPA said, we're not bringing you in. Canadian football said, hell no. If he was a top pick, I think that would have changed. But if you don't know what's going on, FanDuel now, they're up against it. They're being sued by a man who has been in treatment as a addict of gambling. And today, a video surfaced from November of 2024. It's Bryce Harper. It's Bryce Harper talking to him about FanDuel or representing FanDuel and wishing him and his son a happy Thanksgiving. This individual apparently lost $1.5 million to $2 million on FanDuel. Along the way, he was being enticed by Super Bowl tickets, $500 bottles of champagne. They showed some of these texts or direct messages or whatever they were. And again, the effort from the representative of FanDuel was, your life has gone completely into the hole. You've lost everything. Okay? But we still want you to bet. And it got to the point where he left a note. He had threatened suicide. His therapist became aware of it, contacted the right people, and right now he is working his way back. So, Bryce Harper asked for comment. Not going to give one. His agent, Scott Boras, asked the comment. Not going to give one. Major League Baseball asked for a comment. It's like me asking about the death threat to Tony White at Florida State. Okay? The people I contact, ignore it. Just ignore it. It'll go away, right? Just leave it alone. Stop asking, Ballou. Tony White said it. We can't afford to fire him. We can't afford to do anything. Right? Same thing here. Phillies asked for comment. No. Nothing at all. All right? This is not a good story for Major League Baseball. This is still really troublesome to me as to just where sports is when it comes to not only gambling, but in-game gambling. I saw a couple of pieces on this story where this guy was literally doing in-game at-bat wagers. I mean, think about that. How much of an addict do you have to be if you're betting on who's coming to the plate and whether or not he gets a hit, and if it's a single, double, triple, home run, an out, a ground out, a fly out, I mean, that's how deep this thing really, really is. And you can do it at the ballpark, in the stadium. And, you know, you have those rules. If you've ever been into a Major League Baseball clubhouse or you've ever been into a Major League Baseball dugout, one good thing about the Major League Baseball media is they let you in before games. Can hang around the batting cage. Now, I'm on a baseball card with Andre Dawson, hanging around the batting cage at Fenway Park, circa 1994. It's an upper deck card. They let the media in. It's great. Now, I don't know if they do it to the significance that they did back then, but gambling, no, it's not allowed. And then yet you have this. And it's one thing for the company to do what they do. I'm sure this isn't an isolated situation. What they're out there to do at FanDuel is make cash, make more money. And Bryce Harper is what really is interesting about all of this, is they used him as a player, a superstar, to contact this guy. Again, it's not going to resonate here, but what if it was player X on the Jaguars who did the same thing to you if you had lost $1.5 million to $2 million? Think about that for a moment. Being pretty careful about absolutely not mentioning any names. Don't want to get into trouble there. I forgot what you told me. This now or after, okay? After that PSA, I'm Rick Ballou. DraftKings is live in all 50 states. Yes, that means you, Florida. Winner go home. That's it. That's the World Cup knockout round. And DraftKings has you covered every single match. The DraftKings app is now live in Florida. So whether you're catching the early kickoff before work or the late match at the bar, you are in on every minute, every match, every moment, all in one app. Right here in Florida, the world's biggest stage, in the palm of your hand. New DraftKings customers sign up with the code 1010XL. Spend $5 to get $200 in total rewards over 21 days. That's code 1010XL in partnership with DraftKings. The crown is yours. Event trading offered by DraftKings Predictions, a CFTC registered introducing broker. Trading involves risk of loss. Market availability varies. Eligibility restrictions apply. $50 every 7 days via click to claim, issued in non-withdrawable. Predictions, dollars that expire in 1 year, ends July 19th. Terms, dkng.co/predictions. Promo.
This World Cup soccer update is laced up by Valvoline Instant Oil Changes and Houston's Meats.
Westwood One Sports presents this World Soccer Update, sponsored by Gusto. Gusto is online payroll and benefit software built for small businesses. After a scoreless first half in Foxborough, France scored 2 goals in a 6-minute span in the second half and beat Morocco 2-0 in the first quarterfinal. Kylian Mbappe, who missed a PK in the first half, opened the scoring in the 60th minute, his 8th goal of the tournament, tying him with Lionel Messi in the race for the Golden Boot. Mbappe has 20 goals in 20 career World Cup games, one behind Messi for the most all time. And then he assisted on Ousmane Dembele's goal in the 66th minute for a little breathing room. France is going to a third straight semifinal. They will face the winner of tomorrow's Spain-Belgium match, 3 Eastern in L.A. And Christian Pulisic suffered a microfracture and bone bruise in his leg during the second half against Belgium. U.S. Soccer said he'll miss several weeks. With this World Soccer Update, Brad Heller, Westwood One Sports.
When we started Oakland Roots Sports Club, we needed a strong foundation. Gusto has had our back since day one, making sure every hire, every paycheck, and every player is taken care of. They're the team behind our team. With Gusto, we stay rooted and give Oakland the love it deserves. I'm Idris Argandawal, co-founder of Oakland Roots and Gusto customer since 2018.
See why 500,000 businesses trust Gusto for payroll, HR, and more. Get started for free at gusto.com/roots.
Order for Jennifer C.
Is this my double shot, double cream, double froth, double pump, double whip, double sleeve?
Yeah. Can you handle that much caffeine?
Did you know Discover automatically doubles all the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year?
Oh, really? That's great.
Seriously, did you know Discover automatically doubles all the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year?
Yeah, you just said that.
Did you say I just said that?
Yeah, I'm cutting you off.
I can't have any more? Why not?
You earn, we match. Discover Cashback Match. See terms at discover.com/creditcard.
My son had a meniscus surgery a couple years ago. Went smooth as silk, was playing tennis in 2 weeks. This is Patrick Malarkey, and I highly recommend Southeast Orthopedic Specialist.
Our son Eric's a Division I collegiate baseball pitcher who is having shoulder pain. We took him to Southeast Orthopedic Specialist and are confident that he's now on the road to recovery. This is Beth Anderson, and we love the care Eric receives at Southeast Orthopedic Specialist.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Hello, First Coast. I'm sure by now you have seen our bright green GFL trucks and containers throughout the greater Jacksonville area. We're an industry leader in solid waste and would love the opportunity to earn your business. We're committed to customer service, reliability, and have an unwavering focus on safety. Whether commercial or construction, let us haul your waste away. Call 904-760-5880 to get a quote today. From GFL, Green for Life.
If you miss an interview, it'll be waiting for you on demand.
Well, what are we waiting for?
Search where you find podcasts.
And at 1010XL.com.
Trained by Duck Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic, and Air Conditioning. When you're stuck, call the Duck.
You know Zero Res, the zero residue carpet cleaner that leaves your carpets truly clean with no dirt-attracting soaps or harsh chemicals. Don't risk it with the other guys. Skip the disasters that leave your carpets soaked for days and do more harm than good. Keep the mud outside where it belongs, not trapped in your carpets. This month, get 3 rooms of Carpet Zero Resified, starting at just $129. Call 287-5727 or visit ZeroResJacksonville.com and ask for the 1010XL special.
Zero Res. In Jacksonville, we love our sports. You might say we flip out over them. Football, baseball, soccer, hockey, basketball, golf, and there's our outdoor game, fishing, surfing, and just chilling. There's so much to do, it will make your head spin. But keep your cap on because Visit Jacksonville has you covered. Check out visitjacksonville.com/locals or download the Visit Jax app and stay on the ball for all the upcoming sports events in Jax. Go local, go sports. Jacksonville, the flip side of Florida.
It's time to get your kid in the game with I-9 Sports. From North Jacksonville to Fleming Island, Neptune Beach to Orange Park. I-9 Sports makes it convenient for you just 1 day per week. Fall and winter registration open right now at I-9 Sports. Enter 1010 in the promo code for a discount.
Ballou here for the Blue Crab House, located right off of San Jose. It's on Jewington Creek Road. They've been around since 1996. Indoor-outdoor dining. Also, takeout is available at the Blue Crab House. Open 4:30 to 9, Tuesday through Saturday. Sunday, noon until 9. Remember, Tuesday, $2 margaritas. Wednesday, $1 oyster night. How about the blue crabs? How about my personal favorite, the Canadian snow crabs? Whatever it is that you fancy, you get it right there. The Blue Crab House.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch. Into the Night with Rick Ballou on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Tell you what I'm not a big fan of, but that is when the outsiders pick on Jacksonville as a city, pick on the Jaguars as an organization. I never have a problem with them coming after the team if it's deserved. Players, coaches, throughout the history of the franchise. But when you're Woody Page or, you're Jason Kelsey, and it just goes on and on and on. So today it's Mark Schlereth, and he's taking questions. So I asked them one. And I said this, Mark, why did you dump on Jacksonville and their marketing team when talking about the Cowboys? Is it wounds from 1996, or can you not get a direct flight to Duval? What is it? And I always liked Stink. I always liked Mark Schler. I thought he did a nice job, but certain people just have a thing. So that's kind of my rule. And I tell you, the first time I really discovered it was when I was in Chicago. And I was lucky enough to be on the local channel my final 2 hours, The Score in Chicago. And yeah, I'm driving around. The Super Bowl is here, and it was awful here. You know, the weather was terrible, and Jacksonville wasn't ready. I'm trying to remember who it was. It was Dan Pompei. Who is it? It was a columnist. So he reached out to me in Chicago, where I work with him, and he was a writer. So he was based in St. Louis. And Rick, give me some great restaurants in Jacksonville. This is when I was here in the 90s, right? And I'm like, yeah, okay. I'm like, there's a great Chili's on Bay Meadows Road. Okay, I mean, they got really, really cool draft beers. There's a BW3 caddy corner to it. It's individually owned. Okay. No, what you do is you place your order and they call you up. It's like 1955, and they'll be like, Rick, your order is up, Rick. These guys are looking for exclusive. Of course, if you ask me now, I'd say the Blue Crab House, but I wasn't aware of that when I was here back in 1996. But anyway, I'm driving around Chicago, and I got a bunch of little kids, and I'm dropping them off to daycare and picking them up and do all that stuff, you know. And I'm listening to all these Chicago people just complain about how much it sucks in Jacksonville. And I'm like, bro, I've been in Chicago now. It's February. It's the Super Bowl. I haven't seen the sun since probably early October. And you're complaining about Jacksonville. So anyway, that's just kind of my way of going around it. If the team deserves to get picked on because they're not playing well or they're making mistakes draft-wise, fine. But when out of nowhere, I mean, why? He's talking about the Cowboys. The Cowboys are the Jaguars, but a better marketing team? The hell does that mean? I know a lot of people over at the Miller Electric Center. Those are good people who work hard. Don't take a shot at them. Totally uncalled for. 6602. Ballou, is it true C.J. Stroud has won at least one playoff game every year since he entered the league? That puts him above Herbert, in my opinion, with 0 playoff wins. Yeah, you're right. C.J. Stroud's gone 1-1 in 3 consecutive years. So he's 3-3. And I want to say Herbert has played 5 years and is 0-3 in his playoff career, including right here in Duval. 3476, Bully, you forgot about road cyclists. Even more entitled. Yeah, there's a little something wrong there. Got to be respectful. But they tend to, quote, have their own rules. And that, hey, listen, there's nothing better than getting out on a bike, right? My Harley Davidson. Neil Young sang about it. I mean, there's nothing better, right? Hunter S. Thompson wrote about it. Running and ripping with the Hells Angels. Nothing better than taking off the helmet and let your hair, run free. But I'll be barreling down the road in my beautiful Key GMC Sierra. And every once in a while, have the snot completely scared out of me. Because out of nowhere, some knucklehead comes barreling behind me, then, blasts right, then blasts left. No blinker. Just, honestly, no respect for anyone else. So, those type of people give folks on the motorcycle a bad name. There's a lot of good riders out there. I really like bikers. I used to hang out every once in a while out at the Rooster when I ran Bayard back in the day. And again, that was my best example of the bikers at the Rooster Old St. Augustine and Phillips, now no longer there. Reminds me of a lot of Oakland Raider fans. Okay? All bark, no bite. They look intimidating. They act intimidating. They scare women. They scare children. And then Monday morning, they're performing open heart surgery as a doctor. And that's what's great about them. Really good people at the Rooster. It was a New England guy who owned that. 92-47. Here's a reference on Big John Henderson and the slap game. Yeah, he would be good at it. That's still historic. 2382. Hey, Rick, have you ever invited any of your listeners to play golf at your country club? I have not. And, you know, to say that I have a country club in itself would not be correct. It just wouldn't be. I'm not a member. But maybe someday. Especially if I keep doing these DraftKings spots. Maybe someday I'll become a member at a country club. I just don't have the opportunity to play enough. I think if you're going to be a member of a country club, you should be playing at least 2, sometimes 3 times a week, right? And, you know, if I join one, it would be Cimarron. Brand new clubhouse out back, brand new bar area, fantastic restaurant, but you want to play a bunch of golf. You want to be active with the club. My brother does it in Tampa. He plays 3 days a week out at River Hills. And, you know, he plays in a foursome that includes former Seminole quarterback Peter Tom Willis 3 times a week. I don't get over to Tampa much anymore because my mom and dad have both passed. But I used to go quite a bit during, you know, non-football weekends. I haven't been over there in a little bit. And always enjoy playing golf with him. But, you know, they eat there, they drink there, they play a lot of golf there. So that would be my idea around it. And unless you, the people of Jacksonville, are going to push me into retirement, I don't plan on going anywhere. Translation, I don't plan on becoming a member at a country club.
Live streaming from the XL Digital Studios. Brightened by Harbor Dental Care, Jacksonville's first choice for dental emergencies.
Rick Ballou for Coy Dental. That's right, Carlson Dental is now Coy Dental. Dr. Lee has been practicing there for 9 years, has purchased the company. The Coy Dental team still has the same great dentists and staff. And remember, if you get nervous visiting a dentist, don't. There's never a problem at Coy Dental. With light sedation for cleaning, then deep sedation for all your restorative needs. Coy Dental, located in Bartram Park.
Want to stretch that dollar? Taylor Doll here to help save you money with the Money Pages magazine and app. Trying to figure out dinner? Money Pages has deals at your favorite local restaurants. Need auto repairs or an oil change? Money Pages has coupons to help you save. Looking to do some home improvement projects? Money Pages has deals on everything home, from AC repair and plumbing to flooring and painting. Check your mailbox for Money Pages today and download the app for savings on the go.
Hey, Jacksonville, I'm sure by now you've seen our bright green GFL trucks and containers throughout the greater Jacksonville area. We are an industry leader in solid waste and would love the opportunity to earn your business. We are committed to customer service, reliability, and have unwavering focus on safety. Whether commercial or construction, let us haul your waste away. Call 904-760-5880 to get a quote today. GFL, green for life.
What Major League Baseball teams have never won a World Series?
When you file a claim with Southern Oak Insurance, we schedule one of our trusted vendors to work directly with you, which means a faster claim resolution. Find out more at southernoak.com.
Our family protecting yours. Southern Oak Insurance.
There are 5 Major League Baseball teams that have never won a World Series: Colorado, Milwaukee, San Diego, Seattle, and Tampa Bay.
Southern Oak Insurance. Our family protecting yours.
Prosser here for Lifetime Enclosures and Lifetime Flooring. Weather is as hot as can be, so think ahead. Get your backyard ready for football season with 15% off projects. Plus, get an additional in-showroom discount for both flooring and enclosures just for visiting. Maximize your space and make it great with Lifetime Enclosures and Lifetime Flooring. If you have the space and the idea, call them today. Showrooms just off Phillips Highway. Tell them Prosser sent you.
I've owned a home long enough to know one thing. The little problems you ignore almost always become the expensive ones. That small plumbing leak, the septic tank you've been meaning to pump, the air conditioner that's making a funny noise. July is the perfect time to take care of it. So right now, save $250 on a whole home repipe or redrain, $50 on any septic service, and $500 on a new AC system from Duck Duck Rooter. Honest service, upfront pricing, no surprises. When you're stuck, call Duck Duck Rooter, 904-862-6769 or duckduckrooter.com.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch. Now, the Monahan's golden moment. Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach, your local family jewelers.
All right, we gave it a heck of a lot of talk today. A new unfortunate trend when it comes to the greatest trophy in sports. That, of course, is the Stanley Cup, where now the team owner is putting the entire family on the cup, which is so sacred. And not only that, they have no role with the organization. Here, Tom Dundon did it, his family, his wife, his 5 kids, and it's created a tremendous amount of angst. Apparently, the Florida Panthers did this. It might have been a year ago, might have been a couple of years ago, not to the extreme of what's gone on in Carolina, but a lot of old school hockey fans absolutely are not happy about this. One other note, 2-0, France. They do move on. A big victory a little bit earlier today. What does this say? Rick, have you ever had the courage to drink one of those Billy beers? Absolutely. I still have one that's full. And I'm glad my buddy didn't get to it. I say this, kind of tongue in cheek, because he's got a lot of problems and he's a recovering alcoholic. But I had him for about 100 days, and he basically squatted, and it was just awful. I mean, he's the greatest guy ever, but he's just a raging alcoholic. And we did everything that we can. He'd been in all these rehabs, in and out. He lost his wife out of the deal, lost his family. Sister threw him out. Brother threw him out. He had all these chances, so I gave him a chance. I figured I could change him. I didn't. But I got some of these old school, like, beers from the Red Sox, who won in 2004 the World Series. Brother cracks it and drinks it. He's so wasted. A 2004 World Championship. I think it's a Budweiser. But he didn't get to the old school Billy beer. Billy beer, it was Billy Carter, who had a beer named after him. Brother of President Jimmy Carter. That's an honor, having a beer. Yeah, here's the guy going to have a listen. I'm going to start a Bryce Harper game. If you're DraftKings doing a promotion, DraftKings has to be the worst startup. Yeah, it's a moneymaker, and it's different. We've had long conversations about it. 2382, bringing up a sin bin here in town, where the scenery is amazing. Well, that, for example, is a place we're not going to go. We're not going to do that. And some sports radio entities do. We have just absolutely elected not to. Robert Lemonson says, but he's still salty about 1996. I bet he is. And no, he did not reply to me. He just ignored it. And I don't think he got a ton of questions. He had to have seen it. He just played the role of saying, you know what, I'm not even going to talk on it. It's almost like at times members of the national media, when they say things about the Jaguars like this, they almost think like we're not going to be able to find out about it. We're not going to be sourced either way. And of course, they're dead wrong.
Here's another call on the 1010XL hotline driven by Key Buick GMC, home of the lifetime powertrain warranty.
Rafael Esparza is our guest. Young man, how are you?
I am doing well. How about yourself?
And I'm doing outstanding. All right, he returns. It's been 5 years, Saturday night, Vegas. Conor McGregor against Max Holloway. Well, how's the money gone so far at the window?
I can't believe you just said that. 5 years since we've seen McGregor. He's made more movies than he has fights as of late. But I'm shocked. Max Holloway opened up at -$6. Right now, Max Holloway's -220. McGregor's +180. Money is piling in on McGregor.
Yeah. What can you expect? And, you know, in often cases we talk about this boxing-wise. I know there's been examples of guys in the cage who have come back, but maybe not to this significance now of Conor McGregor. What do you expect out of him on Saturday?
I mean, he's looked thick. You can tell he's, I hate to say this, sober. I've seen tons of interviews. He hasn't been really disrespectful like years past. I think he's ready for this. I think he knows that this is his last time to shine. It's going to be very interesting. And if you like him or hate him, he's star power. And what have we seen all through World Cup? Star power has been showing up, putting in goals. Maybe we'll do the same thing on Saturday night with McGregor.
How about Holloway here now? He's put on a lot of weight. He will, fight 25 pounds higher than what he has done recently, where he has had most of his success.
Yeah, the one thing I do like Holloway in this fight, if the number keeps on dropping, he's been in the octagon. He has no ring rust or octagon rust. I think that's going to be his benefit. If you like Holloway, wait, because I think you're going to get a better number, because I'm hearing out of his camp, they want to wrestle right from the get-go to tire out McGregor. We all know McGregor's cardio was his Achilles heel. I think we're going to see Holloway try to wrestle, grapple really early.
All right. How important is this fight for the overall health of the sport?
Oh, it's huge. I mentioned star power. There's no star power. I mean, Sugar Shane O'Malley won on UFC 250. That was good for Dana. But if Holloway wins, and let's say BSD beats Paddy Pimblett on Saturday, that's an awful, awful night for Dana White. I think he wants McGregor to win, and he wants Paddy Pimblett to win.
Yeah, Paddy's already talking about if they both win, which is always scary, that should be the fight, at some point later this year.
Sorry, Paddy Pimblett. If McGregor wins, I'm hearing Justin Gaethje, McGregor for the belt sometime maybe, depending on how bad this fight is, end of the year or first part of the year. I wouldn't be surprised if we see Super Bowl weekend, maybe McGregor and Justin Gaethje.
42 million watched the final United States matchup in the World Cup. Of course, we had France as a winner a little bit earlier today. How's the money now in the United States now that the USA has been eliminated? Is it dropped off considerably, or is there still major interest?
That's a great question, and I saw that today. France money kept on coming in. Morocco money was coming. I just think the excitement and the play of the game of World Cup we have seen, I think that the excitement of World Cup is here. And it's in a great time. It was, 4 o'clock Eastern Standard Time? You had one baseball game. My Cubs were losing at that time. I think the time zone and the times of the game is the reason why the betting handle has been really good.
All right, Raphael, tell us what else is going on, and let us know about your show as well.
It's all about UFC 329. McGregor's going to be very exciting to see what he wins. It's going to be an exciting weekend. We saw France win today. Can Messi win over the weekend? That's going to be exciting. It's all about World Cup soccer at UFC 329.
All right, Raphael. I am gone next week, my final vacation before football, and we'll pick it up then, I guess the third week of July. Enjoy the fights, and we'll talk then.
Are you guys hiring? You get to patience. I need a job over there.
All right, there he goes, Rafael Esparza, ladies and gentlemen, sports betting analyst. So, I don't even know I have no idea what to expect in this fight. I've kind of gone back and forth with Conor. I really liked him early on. Then he got just too full of himself. And remember Devontae Wilder when he was the heavyweight champion? I tell this story. I can't remember what the Super Bowl was, if it was in Arizona or Seattle or whatever. We were in Radio Row, man, and there's no one around Wilder. I do a one-on-one with this guy for like 15 minutes. And you look forward, and there's literally hundreds of people circling Conor McGregor to get a soundbite from him. And that's where that sport was. The two, going back that particular time period. I wish I knew the exact date, but nonetheless, that is the situation there. All right, let's see. Just saw Hacker. He's here. He's been here. He's been doing some double dips for you on this Thursday. Tomorrow's my final show before a getaway. All right. So we got a lot of good things planned. I do want to get an early look at the Open. And I know that's hard the week before, some may say, but I'm going to get after it anyway, at least for some period of time. I will admit, okay, I'm never going to not tell the truth, okay? After this, and it used to be the PGA Championship, but they've turned everything around as far as the calendar on the PGA Tour and the four majors, which, of course, are not PGA Tour events. They're majors. They're USGA. I typically get away from golf for the most part. And that's sad. I really wish the Ryder Cup, I really wish the President's Cup, I really wish they could drop that in right as the Super Bowl is ending. And I understand that, well, wait a minute, what about the West Coast swing? In February, you go through Hawaii, then all of a sudden you're playing Riviera, and you're out in Phoenix, and, you're out at Torrey Pines, and you're playing Pebble Beach, and whatever the case may be. All right, I got you, but you're not talking about a long list of guys. It's a shorter roster. As much as I love golf, I just don't get into it after the last major because football is here. Pro and college, not to mention the pennant races in Major League Baseball. And while I'm at it, the NHL has already taken their 2 weeks off. Why the hell hasn't their training camp started? All right, I'm Rick Ballou. DraftKings is live in all 50 states. Yes, that means you. Florida, win or go home. That's it. That's the World Cup knockout round, and DraftKings has you covered every single match. The DraftKings app is now live in Florida, so whether you're catching the early kickoff before work or the late match at the bar, you are in on every minute, every match, every moment, all in one app. Right here in Florida, the world's biggest stage in the palm of your hand. New DraftKings customers sign up with the code 1010XL. Spend $5 to get $200 in total rewards over 21 days. That's code 1010XL. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours. Event trading offered by DraftKings Predictions, a CFTC registered introducing broker. Trading involves risk of loss, market availability varies, eligibility restrictions apply. $50 every 7 days via click to claim, issued in non-withdrawable predictions. Dollars that expire in 1 year ends July 19th terms. DKNG.co/predictions promo.
From the first play ball to the final, your home for play-by-play is 1010XL.
The birth of a child is a time of joy, but when complications during delivery lead to injury or death, families are left with lifelong problems. If you believe a medical mistake contributed to a birth injury, protect yourself and your family by understanding your legal options. Founded in Jacksonville, Edwards & Raggets helps families evaluate medical negligence claims. No fees unless you recover damages. Call 904-INJURED or visit 904injured.com.
Edwards & Raggets, offices Jacksonville.
Tommy Mack here for Duval Glass and Mirror. You don't have to remodel your entire home to make a big impression. Sometimes all it takes is a beautiful frameless shower, a custom-cut mirror, or just replacing that fogged, cracked, or outdated glass that's been bothering you for years. Jacksonville homeowners trust Duval Glass and Mirror for expert craftsmanship, honest service, and flawless results. Visit DuvalGlass.com for your free quote today. There's only one name for glass and mirror. It's Duval.
from the tee to the green and everywhere in between. Join Dan, Jeff, and PGA pros for Brunch with the Tour. Teed up by Clearwater Irrigation and North Florida Medical Centers. Tuesday morning at 8:30 on 1010XL.
Step inside Twin Peaks, warm wood, stone accent, and the mountain retreat vibe that hits the second you walk in. Massive TVs line up every wall, turning every seat into front row view of all the action. ET here, and I'm staying here for a while because of the smell of the wings, the burgers, and the 29-degree draft beer chills and frosted mugs like it's straight from the summer. The bar stays lively, and the Twin Peaks girls keep the whole place feeling fun and welcoming. For the ultimate sports lodge experience, it's always Twin Peaks. Eat, drink, scenic views.
One of Beard's Diamond's most popular events ever is back. It's Christmas in July. Right now, for a limited time, you get as much as 40% off anything in our showcases. Yes, that includes engagement rings, fashion rings, earrings, bracelets, bands, pendants, colored gemstones. This is the annual store-wide sale that everyone loves, because you get December prices in July. Up to 40% off store-wide. Don't miss Christmas in July. Exclusively at Beard's Diamond at the St. John's Town Center and online at beardsdiamonds.com. Shop local. Shop Beards.
Joe C. here. Want to win pizza from Tony D's, wings from Mr. Chubby's, or tacos from Taco Lou? How about chocolate from Peterbrook? All you have to do is tell us more about you by filling out the 1010 listener survey at 1010XL.com. What kind of vehicle do you drive? Are you a business owner? What part of 1010XL do you like the most? We want to get to know you better so we can serve you better. Go to 1010XL.com, fill out the survey, and you could be a winner.
Key Buick GMC, proudly family-owned and operated since 1943. On Southside and JTB, for a limited time, Key Buick GMC has marked down select new GMC Sierra 1500 models. Below employee pricing, you pay less than what our employees pay. Plus, at Key Buick GMC, every new vehicle comes with our lifetime powertrain warranty. Visit us or shop online at keybuickgmc.com. We are professional-grade. Lifetime powertrain warranty covers engine, transmission, drive time only. Exclusions apply. See dealer for details.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focus, fueled, fearless, Farah. Yeah! Into the Night with Rick Ballou on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Getaway Thursday in the Bigs, overshadowed by France. Their 2-0 victory over Morocco. Here comes the Jenks. We've talked a little bit about gambling today. Let me see what they have tomorrow. That Old Town team, that's old with an E, that's town with an E. Oh, they go to Gotham. All right, they'll be in Queens tomorrow against the Mets. The Red Sox have won 6 in a row. And they're climbing. They've won 8 of 10, 6 in a row. And what's funny about this, even when they were in last place, they had a plus figure in runs scored. Toronto has a better record than Boston. They're a minus 35 in point differential. Boston is plus 18. Here's one for you as well before we bring in Hacker Nation. Best story in baseball is Tampa Bay. They are 54-37. Okay? They are so dominant at home. They are 33-14. And who would have ever thought that that would be the case for this franchise? But if you look at point differential, which we talk a whole heck of a lot about in football, but almost never in baseball, the Rays have only scored 10 more runs than the Red Sox total. Point differential for Tampa Bay, who's 54-37, is plus 28. Point differential for Boston, who's 43-48. They have 11 less wins, is plus 18. A difference of 10. How nuts is that?
Now, the 2-minute drill is driven by nobody but Nimnicht. Nimnicht Chevrolet on Cassett Avenue and Nimnicht Buick GMC on Phillips Highway.
What that means is Tampa Bay's got solid pitching. They do the little things right. They win a ton of one-run baseball games, whether it's 8-7 or whether it's 3-2. And that's, in my opinion, that's all about great managing, and guys who do the little things correct.
And they seemingly do it every year. They're one of the best run organizations in baseball because they don't have a ton of money, and they're always competing. And like you said, 17 games over 500, 4 games better than the Yankees in the AL East. And I believe, as we're speaking right now, the best record in the American League.
New York's got a lot of injuries.
Yeah.
Boston has a lot of injuries. But, you know, Ben Rice is outstanding for New York, but they're without Stanton. They've been without him for a while, and they've been without Aaron Judge now for a month.
Yeah, no, look, a lot of injuries. And we're getting to that time of year. Teams are, 90 games in? All-Star break is next week. I saw that Caglione, the former Gator, is going to be in the Home Run Derby. I'm pretty excited about that. He has had some bombs. And there was a couple in Tampa Bay that he hit that went 425, 450. So I'm excited to see what Caglione can do next week at the Derby.
Well, there's a team right there that has such great young talent. I feel the same about the Chicago White Sox and the Cleveland Guardians within that division. And heck, while you're at it, you can even mention Detroit. Problem with Kansas City, man, they can't get anyone out because they have a very good lineup with Caglione. Of course, Bobby Witt Jr. has turned into one of the best players in baseball. And who was the cat who had 12 consecutive hits? Did you see that? The Turpin, he set a record. It was 12 consecutive hits. Let me see if I can find Tyler Tolbert. All right. He's 28 years of age.
12 hits and 12 consecutive at-bats?
Only his second year in the bigs.
Wow.
He officially right now he's 20 for 54, but he got off to a very, very rough start. Then he set a Major League Baseball record, 12 straight plate appearances, 12 straight hits.
That's going to be a while before that's broken. That'll be a record. That's crazy. I did not see that, but just thinking about that, I mean, you go 3 for 12, you're happy. 4 for 12, you're ecstatic. 12 for 12, that is insane.
You go 3 for 10, you're in a Hall of Fame.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah. What do you got coming up tonight?
Yeah, we're going to talk a lot of football. Obviously, it's that time of year. Media Days right around the corner. We're going to do a deep dive on Florida, Florida State, a little Georgia, and Miami. And I want to talk about expectations for the local teams. You know, expectations for Georgia and Miami are probably national championship. Expectations for Florida and Florida State, probably a bowl game.
Mm-hmm.
It's a sad state of affairs, but it's the reality of where the Gators and the Seminoles are. As a Seminole fan, if I tell you they go to a bowl game, would you sign on for that? Would you be happy with that?
No, because it means that they would hang on to Mike Norvell.
So you want the bottom to fall out?
I do. I've mentally prepared myself for this the entire offseason. I don't need any of this, 6-6, 7-5, and Norvell sticks around for a year.
Will they have the money to buy him out this year?
They better find a way.
Yeah.
Okay. They better find a way to get that solved. But that's interesting because, Gunnar Stockton returns, but new QB in Gainesville, new QB in Tallahassee, and, of course, Miami now. That's what they're going to do, right? They're going to go Cam Ward, Carson Beck, now Darian Mensah, and that appears that's the way the Hurricanes are going to roll.
And they're looking for their first ACC title ever. They have not won an ACC title since they entered the conference over 2 decades ago.
Right, no doubt about it. All right, Hack, have a fun show.
Thanks, Rick.
Just think about how wrong we were then. Remember when Miami left the Big East and came to the ACC, and the standard thought was, you're going to get a Florida State-Miami rematch every single year in the Atlantic Coast Conference Championship game. It didn't happen once. Not once. Incredible. Thank you to Rafael Esparza. Thank you to you. Some great stuff. Your comments tonight always appreciated. We will be back at 6 o'clock coming up on Friday. Do you want to thank Jared Justice? Of course, he is our producer. Again, I'm Rick Ballou. Enjoy all the games tonight in Hacker Nation. And I'll get back with you Friday right here on 92.5 FM.